surgeries, and then I got a walker after being in a wheelchair for like the longest, and now I'm making steps with an ankle brace. It's like, it's hoppy and it's uneven, but it's what it is. Today we're eating hot Cheetos. Truly one of my favorite snacks. Thank you to the person who commented and asked me to eat these. So good. So, I'm just gonna be yapping, eating hot Cheetos to help you get the tingles. So back to what I was saying. Part of my yapping is about my injury that has kept me away from the internet for like almost 3 months. I haven't been posting because I got a and broke my ankle in every place you could break it, that kind of fracture. And also like a little bit up from my ankle, I had a little fracture too. Let me tell you the story of how I accomplished that. So I was at the park. No way I just did that. I'll get that in a minute. So I was at the park. And I was there with my kids. I went to go put my baby in the swing. No. I went to go get her out of the swing. And I heard another kid yell, so I turned to look. I'm turning my body. My leg's not turning. My foot was like lodged in that like rubbery stuff. You know, the rubbery stuff that's on playgrounds. My foot was lodged in that. So it made me twist my ankle around. And then I fell on it incorrectly too. Like I fell on it the wrong way. Because I was holding my baby. And I had to fall in a way that she wouldn't get crushed under my body weight. So I forced myself to fall like with her on top of me. I was screaming bloody murder. So I was screaming so loud, like a bunch of people in the park crowded around me, and this one lady, I think her name was Robin if I'm not mistaken, so shout out if you're watching this, was holding my hand. The lady was holding my hand. There was a guy talking about, he was actually the uncle of the kid that my kid was playing with. He was explaining how he broke his leg back in the 70s, and as soon as he heard that pop, he knew I broke mine, and I was like, I was literally screaming like, you don't understand how bad it hurts if you haven't ever broken a bone. Jesus, help me. So yeah, then the ambulance came. Last thing I saw was my kid, who's only 4, like she was looking at me, and she was so freaked out and crying, watching me go in the ambulance because she couldn't go with me. So my kids were with their dad, and all I know is my daughter was so upset and wouldn't go to sleep good without me because she was worried, and oh my god, that makes me feel so bad. rushed to the emergency room. And they put me under some light sedation until I get my leg in the right position and alignment. And they put a little splint on me. So we have to go all the way, like probably 40 minutes to get my medicine because my usual pharmacy is closed, after they placed it and everything. So me and my husband get there, we get the medicine, and then I have to pee like crazy. I'm like, oh my god, I have to pee. So I have crutches at the time, which never again. One, they were the wrong height, and the nurse was like, no, they're fine, no, they're fine. So I get the crutches and I try to walk. It was a sweet frog. So I go in there with the crutches because my leg is effed up 10 ways to Sunday. So like, I get in there, I use the bathroom, it's fine. As I'm trying to leave, I fell on my broken ankle right after I left the emergency room. When I tell you, if I wasn't drugged, I don't know if I would have been okay. But all these people had to help me sit there, and then like these old guys helped me get into the car. Like they helped my husband get me in the car, and they were like, yeah, maybe don't be out and about. I'm like, I'm not trying to be out and about. I literally had to pee, but I didn't say that to them. I was just like, thank you. But I really wasn't trying to be out. Like, I couldn't control it. My bladder. So, fast forward like a week to get my ankle like assessed for surgery. So they're looking at it. I have to go into emergency surgery because my ankle got out of alignment from that fall. So I had to have these big bars and like a halo on it. They were sticking out of my leg to keep the bones where they needed to be. I'm trying to think of what the name of that device is. Oh, external fixator. So that was my first surgery. I had that for a week. Got that taken out. Yeah, I think I had that for a week. I had it taken out. Then I had my real surgery. I lost count on how many screws they put in there and plates because I needed so much. So like, I am basically bionicle at this point. But after that surgery, I just had to rest and like just lay down. I could only get around by wheelchair because I was too much of a fall risk to use crutches. Really wasn't worth the risk. And then once I was cleared to walk, I started using a walker. Oh my god, those first 2 to 3 days hurt like hell. And before I was learning to walk, like in that 6 weeks where I couldn't weight bear at all, it was the worst mental anguish I've been in my life. I felt like a burden to everyone. It was like making me borderline sewer slide. Oh. I had to use code for that. So, but then I felt better because I started to reconnect with God. my spouse. I just want to get better so I can get back to taking care of everyone. I started reading the Bible again. I was like, okay. And I've been on an upward climb since. The walking hurt really bad the first few days. And I still had my boot on all the time walking. Fast forward, it's been a week. It hurts a little less, but it still hurts a little when I go to walk with my walker. But the brace, like they gave me an orthopedic brace at the doctor, and it's really helped. Really makes it easier because my feet aren't uneven anymore. Still can't wait to walk without it though. I don't want to walk her. I look crazy. I feel like people think I'm lying about being disabled because I'm like young. But Jesus, this has been the hardest thing I've gone through other than becoming a mom and being a parent. Like, oh my God. The only thing that hurt worse than this was labor. And this is honestly, the leg thing's honestly worse because, like, I'm always gonna be a little bit different because of this. Like, I'm always gonna have side effects because this happened to me. My surgeon ended up leaving the practice like right as I reached 6 weeks post-op. And he said, you can start work. He told me once I hit 6 weeks I could start walking on it, but that's it. And I haven't seen him, which sucks because he was an amazing surgeon. Like, he was like renowned. So I think that's the reason I don't have a ton of swelling, because he did it and he's like an expert. But he was telling me in one of my appointments that this is a major life-changing injury, and that he's broken both of his ankles before, and then now he wears a brace all the time, at all times, for caution. That makes me like, well, I might end up wearing a brace for life because I don't want this to happen to me again. If any of you have broken your ankle, can you comment down below and tell me your experience? Because, oh my God. It's not for the weak. I still can't believe I did this. I haven't driven anywhere since I got hurt either. I'm scared to go anywhere by myself because I need help just to get my mobility aid out of the car. My husband's like, oh, you can just put it in the passenger seat and pull it out. And I'm like, I know that that's like scientifically possible, but it's a bad idea. Have you guys ever been to the zoo in a wheelchair? Oh my God. I did that, and it felt like the best bicep workout I've ever gotten. I'm gonna try to go there with the walker. Hopefully I make it out alive. I'm gonna use one of the ones with a seat though. So like, if you need to, you put the brake on and sit down. But getting away from this dreary topic, I have been reading Throne of Glass still. Assassin's Blade, and now I'm on Era of Fire, and I'm almost done. I have like 2 chapters. If you guys love Dawn of Glass 2, please comment below. I want to talk fantasy with you. God, I love these. I don't want to make my stomach hurt, but like, oh my god, they're good. Sometimes they just hit the spot, you know. Gotta get a picture for my thumbnail. Wait a minute. No, wait. What should I do, guys? I don't know. Wait. Okay, I don't know if any of that will be looking good. But I hope you've enjoyed this. Me just basically getting on here and being unhinged. I mean, that's what this series is, right? The ASMR and yap. The ASMR eat with me and yap. I'm gonna continue where this series will. I'm gonna continue this series where I get on here and just be unhinged. I mean, I don't know if any of you struggle with anger, but I recently have really been struggling, I think, because I have all this trapped inside, and you know, I pray about it, but some things just take time to get through. Me adjusting my medicine really helped. All the people who are on mental health meds, get in the comments. I want to talk to you. To my moms, though, have you guys ever tried the app Peanut? I've been on it like today and yesterday. Low-key, it's fire. It has other moms on it that are close to you. And I've met like 2. I mean, there's one that I have a lot in common with, but I've met 2 that I really liked. And it really makes you feel less alone if you're like an isolated stay-at-home mom or something, or even a working mom that only talks to her coworkers and doesn't get to meet other girls. Like, I would highly recommend it. No ad, bro. It's just like what I'm doing in my life. Also, I've been wearing my hair natural, mostly because I'm too tired from walking when I haven't walked in weeks to really accomplish anything else. Obviously, the color's not natural because it's green, but the texture and stuff is. I'm gonna take my headphones off so you can see. mixed girl, so my dad's black, my mom's white, and there's some combination of other stuff in there too, but I won't go into it. So, I have a little bit, a lot of texture and volume, extremely thick hair. This is me with an undercut. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's still too thick even with that. My kids haven't really, my baby kind of has that, but my daughter, my older daughter, she's blessed to have way more manageable hair. Because when I was a kid, I was tender-headed, didn't want anyone to touch it. And it took longer because it's so thick and stuff. But at least I don't have to fight her that much because hers takes less time to do. But don't get me wrong, curls and volume are so beautiful. And I'm now ready to embrace that about myself and stop straightening my hair like every week. Like, it's just too much. I was doing it in the name of growth and being a straight natural, like doing straightening or rollers every week, but now I'm like, let me just wear my hair natural and see what happens. I used to do that when I was like a few years ago, so I'm trying it again. Yup, trying it again. Second time. So it's 23 minutes in. Okay, I'll edit that out. Or I won't. Anyways. I've loved chatting with you. Feel free to chat back in the comments. Like, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you can see next time that I post a video.